Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the What Are We Doing podcast. And today is episode 190. And when I tell you what is in this briefcase, what is in this case right here, I mean, I can't even show you yet. That's how secretly exclusively secret this product. Oh my God. My goodness gracious. It is a beautiful sight. When you see, ladies and gentlemen, when you see what's in this case, I'm telling you, it's gonna be fun times when I can show you what's in this case. So by all means, what I need you to do is like and subscribe in order to be one of the first people on this planet to discover what it is that is inside our top secret, super secret case. Because I can't tell you right now, because A, it's not 100% ready yet, and you know me, I don't do anything unless it's 100% ready.
What are we doing?
You know what I mean? This podcast, we've got another podcast coming, okay? Another reason to like and subscribe. A second podcast is now officially being produced in this studio. Now, is it going to be a lot like me in this one? No, it's going to be a little different. I'm still the host. I'll be there, of course, but we're doing it for a client of ours, so it's going to be a little nichey. It's going to be music involved, so if you're into music, guitar shops, pedals, amplifiers, the music scene within central Pennsylvania, you're going to want to tag along and pay attention because we're starting an all-new podcast just right over. If the camera could turn, I wish I could show you. That's yet another thing. We're already on the second thing that I can't even show you yet. We're so busy here in the Wad Pod Studios. We're in the middle of an alien invasion. We've got a top secret product down there that we'll talk about soon. And we've got a whole nother podcast being produced just right over there. And so we've got our set for that. Most of that's coming today. It's probably outside delivered right now. We should probably go get that. And we're setting that up. I can show you a sneak peek of what it looks like. There's a photo right there. So we've got the set kind of being built right now, and we're working on securing our guest for said podcast coming soon because it's a non-stop production over here in the Levi McCurdy hemisphere. What are we doing? Podcast, Pixel and Hammer, my brand, Sparks. We're working with other organizations now. We've got so many things going on that it's hard to keep up with. So if you want to be along for the ride, not only this one, but we've got so much more coming out of this atmosphere of what I just call my brand, hit subscribe, hit like, and definitely hit that little bell notification, okay? Listen, my voice sounds this way due to a helium accident back in 2005. I'll explain at a later date, maybe next week, okay? But listen, my nerds, my friends, the Twitter community, the crypto space is booming, baby.
What are we doing?
Bitcoin's up. Bitcoin is now officially just hit an all-new record all-time high. When I was making notes for this episode, it was 109, but we fell asleep and then it did its thing. We're up to $111,000, currently holding at just about $111,354.46 is the current live price. So thank you.
What are we doing?
The portfolio is looking great. Now all I need is that XRP number to just kind of, double. If we could get the value of XRP to let's go beyond it. I'd be happier if it went beyond double the price, but if that's the bar that we have to set, then let's make it that way. And let's just get XRP to like what, $5 a coin?
What are we doing?
Do you understand the lives of how many American citizens would be changed financially if the bottom line and the current price of one single XRP were to eventually, within maybe the next 3 to 6 months, hit double what it is now? I understand that that's a long haul, but hey, we've seen it before. And so if we could somehow, I don't know what the situation needs to be, if all the banks need to get a hold of it. I heard that was happening. I think the lawsuit's finally over, the SEC filing, that's all done with. So like, hey, let's get that now. If that doubles in price, everybody and their sister's happy. Okay, we've got a well-established holding of XRP at a very low price, and if we could potentially double it now yet again, then let's just say I think it might be good for the American economy. So this isn't financial advice, but when I'm saying, listen, Bitcoin's pumping, I think Ethereum might be up for the first time in like 5 years. Shout out to anyone still holding that garbage.
What are we doing?
And so we've got XRPs all in. We've got Bitcoin all in. We're at an all-time high. Shout out to the crypto gods. We're praying to you today. That's how you do it. That's how you have to pray. Those are the hand motions. Do it with me. Ready? Pray to the crypto gods. This is how we do it, okay? We do the salute. We do the S. We do the S again, $ through it, and then it's done, okay? That's how you do the praying to the crypto gods, that the price stays high and remains high. And I know for a fact that as soon as I hit upload on this video, something's going to happen and it's probably just going to tank. And we're going to tank it right back down to 103 or 104, hopefully no less than 105. But by God, if you were able to get in anywhere between less than $100,000, congratulations. If you have purchased Bitcoin at less than $100,000, you're a happy clam. If it's ever, because listen, it's probably at this point, now that we've reached 111, statistically and mathematically, I don't understand it.
What are we doing?
But according to my basic knowledge of what I've seen and experienced over the last few years when it comes to cryptocurrency, calm down, microphone, is that it probably won't dip too much below 100 grand again, right? Like unless there's something crazy like another crypto freeze winter, or God forbid, Hailey Welch continues to talk about the Hawk Tuah coin.
What are we doing?
So did anyone actually lose money from the coin?
See, that's the part I asked about too. So evidently there was like 1.2 million that got lost, but then they done some research and it was like 180K of people's like real money that got lost. Like the rest of it was just, I don't know, scammers, snipers, whatever they call them on there. But real people, like people that watch the show and stuff like that, it was a lesser amount than what they estimated.
Shut up about it. We're done. It's over. She's out here saying, oh, well, a lot of people didn't really actually lose money. It was just the snipers. All the snipers and the scammers are the ones who lost their money. And the real folk who actually listen to my podcast, that number was a lot lower. So it's okay.
What are we doing?
Are you crazy, bitch? Shut. She needs to be dropped and released from any type of contract she has. She needs to go back home and just stop doing everything she's doing. Go back to the mattress factory. It's done. The fact that she continues to bring up one of the biggest crypto scams that like we've seen in American history and brush it under the rug as if it never actually happened, and that she lost a lot of people actual money. I understand that they should be held accountable as well for their actions in putting actual real money into something like the Hawk Tuah coin at the time where everyone's just shilling shit coins and pump fun and all that. Wait, if you're not in right now and there, you're out and you miss it, and it's a huge thing. And so that's kind of over now, and we're back to the stable of the stable. And we've got Bitcoin pumping. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. My wallet thanks you. My fiance thanks you. We needed the extra cash for the wedding. So now, thanks to the price of Bitcoin being through the damn roof, we can finally afford to wrap this shit up, head to Mexico mid-July, have a good time, get married, be fun, drink too much, and you know what I mean? Then come back and do it all over again.
What are we doing?
Because as soon as I get back, more bills are due. I think literally as soon as I get back from my wedding, I owe like a $10,000 server bill.
What are we doing?
That's how much it costs to run a server that runs an empire. Like, this is what we're into, folks. It's not a joke. It's not a joke anymore. So everyone's ecstatic. It's Bitcoin. But you know who's not ecstatic and gaining money, it seems? Klarna, dude. And if you haven't heard of Klarna, you've heard of buy now, pay later. Okay, Klarna is one of the top. There's a few I'm sure everyone's heard of and they're using, but Klarna is at one of the top, mainly due to their integration with DoorDash. We'll get to it in a minute. But Klarna has claimed that their losses have now doubled in Q1 of 2025, making it out not good. Upwards of $136 to $150 million has been reported as a loss for Klarna in Q1 of 2025 due to the mere fact that Americans aren't paying back their debts.
What are we doing?
So for those of you who don't know, Klarna is this third-party app, mainly known for its DoorDash integration that takes your $17 burrito, okay, the burrito that naturally would cost you $10 to $11 in the restaurant, but you don't want to actually have to get up out of your apartment, out of your bed, into your car and drive to said restaurant, interact with another human being, and then drive all the way back to your place of residence to eat said burrito, because Lord knows you're not doing it in said restaurant, because that just leaves more opportunity for more interaction with other human beings. And all of that just seems like a big waste of your time. So instead, we're going to pay $8 to $10 more for said food item and get it through DoorDash. But wait, what could be better than the saving grace of Klarna? Because upon checkout, you not have to pay. You shouldn't have to pay the full cost of that burrito right here and now. You deserve a break.
What are we doing?
Choose to take that burrito and put it into 4 separate, equally priced payments of $4.26. Because let's face it, the citizens of the United States don't have $17 to pay for a burrito. So why not? You know what I mean? Why not? As a psychological fuck you to the establishment, okay? Put everything on Klarna and pay later.
What are we doing?
Because that's the game. That's the game. Psychologically, as a human being, you would rather only pay $4 now for a burrito than $17. They get their money, Taco Bell gets their money, you get a Crunchwrap Supreme, and it only costs you 25% of the deal. You just got 75% off your Taco Bell order, and that is a win on a Tuesday.
What are we doing?
Now, yeah, sure, we got it next week. They'll take another $4.36. The week after that, they'll take another $4.36. And the week after that, we'll complete your 4-payment plan for your Crunchwrap Supreme that you got 4 weeks ago that wasn't really that great anyways, because by the time the DoorDasher got it to your house, because Lord knows he was dropping off 12 other orders at the same time, it was kind of cold and you had to let it sit because you're putting your kid to bed, and it sat for like an hour, and it really wasn't all that great and didn't hit the spot like you thought it would when you ordered it 2 hours ago.
What are we doing?
You know what I mean? Burrito, pay later. Concert tickets to see Post Malone and Jelly Roll, pay later. Don't pay the whole thing right now. Why in God's name would you want to go see Post Malone and Jelly Roll and pay full price?
What are we doing?
Just pay like 25% now and figure out the rest in 2 weeks. You know what I mean? Water bill split into 4 payments. Klarna. You know, hey, shoes you want? Klarna. Bill that's due? Gym membership? Put it all on Klarna. Everything's now on 4 easy payments, and it makes life that much easier. And so the issue is the whole eat now, pay later situation has blown up back in their faces. A few months ago, this was the story, okay? Eat now, pay later? DoorDash Klarna deal fuels concerns around loans for takeout. The food delivery app and the installment lender say that they're offering a flexible alternative to high-interest credit cards. Some social media users and advocates see it as a sign of hard times.
What are we doing?
It's a sign of hard times when you're financing a dozen chicken wings from Wingstop.
What are we doing?
We've hit the end time, folks. It's not the hard times, it's the end times. When you are putting your dinner, your experiences, your concert tickets, your water bill, when you are putting everything on Klarna, because Lord knows the credit card companies aren't fucking with you anymore. You fucked up your credit card history like 5-10 years ago. So now that these new forms of credit cards are out, aka Klarna, PayPal, Pay Later, Lendio, all these places that'll give you 4 easy payments over the next 4 weeks, that's all you got. And so we're putting everything on it. It's not a sign of the hard times. It's a sign of the end times.
What are we doing?
A Klarna spokesperson acknowledged the online pushback, but said any form of borrowing for food purchases is potentially concerning, depending on the circumstances. So even the people at Klarna, even the top dogs, the CEO, the CFO, the board of advisors, they all know it's bullshit. They all understand that this is a terrible idea. And if you, as a person, have to sit there at home on your couch that you most likely didn't pay for in full and are also potentially still paying off, you're sitting on a couch that you don't own yet, you're contemplating whether or not you have enough money to get through the rest of the week, and whether or not that maybe the DoorDash you're ordering for dinner, should I pay the whole thing? Should I buy those tickets? Maybe I can't actually afford it. They know it's a bad thing. But hey, they're in it to make money too, so why not do it? The issue is Klarna's losing money left and right, so I don't understand how they're actually making any.
What are we doing?
It's just like the honey situation. A company that gives you money is inevitably a failing company. The fact that Klarna assumed that you would eventually pay or have the money in your account, because I'm going to take a wild guess here. I don't use Klarna, okay? I can afford my DoorDash. We're balling over here in this house, you know what I mean? So, listen, but I would imagine the payments are automatic based on the credit or debit card you also have attached to your DoorDash account. So when they go into your checking account and it's not there, they're not getting their payments. Shout out to you guys.
What are we doing?
Still, many people make a rational decision to use buy now, pay later service to help manage their money, the spokesperson said, adding that the new feature would be available only for DoorDash purchases that are at least $35, a few dollars more than the platform's average order as of last March. Whenever high-cost credit cards are accepted, consumers should be able to choose a zero-interest credit product instead, like Klarna, you know what I mean? So not only are they forcing you to upgrade your $17 burrito that's already way more than it should be at cost, they're forcing you to now put at least another $17 to make your total cart 35 cents. Hey, get another burrito.
What are we doing?
Get 2, because you're only going to pay for the cost of like half. You know what I mean? If you get 2 burritos with Klarna, you're only paying for like half of one anyway. So why not get to hit $35 in that cart and boy, split that bad boy into 4. You know what I mean? So naturally, as now, here we are, fast forward a few months later, the average American has racked up anywhere from $10,000 to $15,000 in debt to DoorDash.
What are we doing?
Thanks to Klarna. And as it turns out, in a shocking plot twist that even James Gunn couldn't write into a superhero movie, plot twist, no one's paying their Klarna bills. So the company's now doubled in losses. And the article from the Financial Times states Klarna's losses widen after more consumers fail to repay loans. Buy now, pay later groups' weaker results come as the concerns rise about the financial health of U.S. consumers.
What are we doing?
So now, of course, if we ask Klarna how they're doing, they're just like, hey, we're chilling. We're good. We've got 100 million users. According to Klarna, now I'm sure these numbers are a little inflated, but according to Klarna, they have 100 million users on the app, meaning someone's bound to get hungry, okay? Someone's bound to get hungry, and someone's bound to need some financing. So they're good. They think eventually it'll all subside. Everyone will have some money again eventually, and boom, they'll get their payments, and then they'll be, like back in the black.
What are we doing?
The funniest part about the whole thing, okay, and this is like, how embarrassing. This is how embarrassing the situation is. Because as a CEO, you now have to go in front of your board and tell them why you're losing $100 million this quarter, how you're going to fix it, if you can, probably not, but, they'll come up with a bullshit excuse, I'm sure. But at the end of the day, the CEO has to go in front of the board and tell them why this is happening, what's happening, and how they're allegedly going to fix it. How embarrassing. So he didn't even go.
What are we doing?
In some weird Black Mirror AI type shit, the CEO of the company, okay? The CEO of the company at Monday's earnings meeting, via an AI-generated avatar of the CEO, says that they are not only betting heavily on artificial intelligence, said that artificial intelligence helps them cut cost. So the fact that the CEO used his own AI avatar to not only tell the board, hey, we're losing $100 million and I'm too embarrassed to tell you face to face. By the way, we're going all in on AI, just like every other company on the goddamn planet. And that'll probably save us cost. So essentially, you don't need me.
What are we doing?
The CEO. Wait a minute. The CEO just basically told the board of advisors, hey guys, you don't need me. Here's an AI avatar that you only need to pay $20 a month for.
What are we doing?
All you guys got to do is keep this 11 Labs OpenAI subscription for like $20 a month, and you'll have an avatar version of me, your current CEO, and then boom, you can fire me and save millions of dollars a year on what was my salary.
What are we doing?
Can you imagine if the board of advisors were to vote? At any company, I mean, we're not just talking about Klarna anymore. At any company, the board of advisors moves to remove the actual physical human being of a CEO, eliminating their multi-million-dollar salary, all of the money they need to pay for their healthcare plan, the office space, the traveling. Most CEOs at companies as big as Klarna, who are upwards of losing $100 million a month, are flying on private jets and have expenditures that are nowhere near the realm of possibility, like Colin, like Amalfi Jets Colin, who is now, he gives his employees, like each employee, a $250 Starbucks fucking allowance every week.
What are we doing?
Employees at Amalfi Jets have a $250 Starbucks allowance a week. So, you know what I mean? Like, take that for what it is. So if we just get rid of the CEO, we get rid of that person and all of the benefits and expenditures and money that we spend as a company that we're losing as a company altogether, and just sign up for a $20 a month, here's an AI avatar to do it for you subscription. Well, by God, that's an instant $1 billion a year every single company could save. Bye, CEOs.
What are we doing?
We're replacing you, because if you're going to show up to the meeting with an AI avatar, why not just show up on a daily basis with the AI avatar? Inject it into some AI agents, only need to spend $200 a month for those, thanks to, Gemini. We'll get to it in a minute. And so now you're only spending $200 a month, whereas you were spending $2 million a month with him in place, baby.
What are we doing?
So thank you to the CEO of Klarna, who pretty much gave his board of directors the idea to replace him with an AI avatar, for showing up to the meeting with his AI avatar because he was too embarrassed to tell them that they're losing hundreds of millions of dollars a month. And so if you can't afford a panini, don't feel bad, because no one can.
What are we doing?
And to wrap it up, listen, it's not just Klarna. It's not just Klarna. Most U.S. consumer debt in the last 90 days, I'm talking credit cards, student loans, auto loans, mortgages, the amount of debt that has been unpaid in just the last 90 days, not the last 7 years, the last 90 days in this country, records, numbers through the roof.
What are we doing?
They're hovering around, if not exceeding, the same numbers of those same debts that have not been paid that were of the numbers of 2008 and the years 2010, aka when the economy crashed.
What are we doing?
So take that for what it is. And hey, listen, people were saying, listen, who would have thought? Who would have thought Klarna is losing money at an unprecedented rate? And by the way, if you can still do it, get on DoorDash and do it. Get on DoorDash, give Klarna some fake credentials or something, like a debit card or a credit card that doesn't have any money on it, and get as much money out of Klarna as you can, because they're most likely, Klarna's going bankrupt.
What are we doing?
Like, if they're losing $136 million, and by the way, that's most likely not their money, they're probably funded by VCs and investors and other people, that they're probably going to file for bankruptcy rather soon, meaning that you most likely, I don't know how it works, you probably don't need to pay it back. Go run up your Klarna bill, baby.
What are we doing?
Because they're most likely not going to exist by the end of this year. That's the prediction, not financial advice. Don't listen to me. I'm just a podcaster, okay? We're nowhere near the new regime like CNN thinks we are, okay? Shout out to Tim Dillon. But that's where we're at. So here's the issue. This New Orleans jailbreak happened, okay? And it's a doozy. We're still looking for, I think, a couple of these guys. Meg's theory, here, listen to my wife's theory. Megs thinks there's a rumor going around on the internet that the original Annabelle, stick with me, the Annabelle doll, like from the horror movies, the books, the movies, like the horror story, Annabelle, the creepy doll that's alive and kills you in your sleep, that doll was somewhere, wherever it was, wherever that doll was originated from, that's where it was. For whatever reason, according to this internet conspiracy TikTok theory that I'm pretty sure doesn't exist, that doll was then moved to New Orleans, okay? And so now that the doll is in Louisiana, New Orleans, this is why this jailbreak happened. It's bad luck. It's a whole omen, whatever conspiracy theory. That's Meg's theory. I'm here to tell you that these are just a bunch of dumb guys who found a hole in the wall or created a hole in the wall and got some other guy to turn off the water. Like basically Prison Break 2.0.
What are we doing?
So here's what happened. Has nothing to do with the Annabelle doll. Meg's just made me put that piece in. She wanted to be a part of the podcast, so I told her I'd talk about it. On Friday, May 16th, 10 prisoners escaped from the Orleans Parish Jail through a hole behind their sink. Now we have a photo of the hole. There it is. And these guys, listen, This is how illiterate these gentlemen were. They used the wrong two, but they had time to write too easy with an arrow pointed to the hole. They tagged the wall with graffiti before they left.
What are we doing?
There should have been one more O in that two, unless I'm the illiterate one, but I'm pretty sure I'm right there. Too easy with an arrow to the hole is wild behavior, okay? Wild behavior. Now, here's the issue. These weren't just some guys who were in prison because their brother was wrongfully accused of unaliving the president of the United States brother. Like, this wasn't a prison break show situation. These guys were dangerous. They're dangerous men. They should be in prison. Here's all 10 of them. Corey Boyd, 19 years old, charged with second-degree murder. Deacon Dennis, 24 years old, charged with armed robbery with a firearm. Jermaine Donald, 42, charged with second-degree murder. Derek Groves, 27, 2 counts of second-degree murder. Antoine Macy, 32, charged with domestic abuse and car theft. Robert Moody, charged with aggravated second-degree battery and other charges. Kendall Miles, 20 years old, charged with attempted second-degree murder. Gary Price, 21, charged with attempted first-degree murder. Leo Tate, 31, charged with burglary and possession of a weapon as a felon. And 10, Lenton, I don't know how to pronounce your last name, Lenton V, 26, charged with illegally carrying weapons, possession of a firearm by felon, and obstruction of justice. So at least half are murderers. So
what are we doing?
Let's maybe round all of them up. You know what I mean? But hey, we don't judge who these guys. Listen, prison reform's a real thing. Okay, listen, these guys have probably changed their way. Now that they're out and about in society, they're probably not going to do anything bad or stupid ever again. So we should just let them. We're not going to judge them for their past and what they've done to potentially harm a handful of other people. And so we don't judge. We don't judge. We don't judge even when you have such a decorated past as second-degree murder on this podcast.
What are we doing?
So good news is good news. We got like 5 or 6 of them back in custody. I think we've got at least 7 now. The other day it was 5. I think we've got 7. I think there might still be 3 at large. One dude was balling out on IG Live. He was on IG Live, TikTok Live, just a few hours after he got out. Like, what up? I'm home, bitches. Fast forward 30 minutes later, guess what? Cops have Instagram too, dude.
What are we doing?
So they got him immediately. Some other guy was found sleeping on a bus bench, and a bunch of other guys were just found at the homes of, you know what I mean, where they naturally would go if they got out of prison. Their friend's house, their parents' house, their house, relative's house, baby mama's house. You know the deal. They know nothing. They had no plan. There was no plan. And for the guys who got locked up and caught at the houses, they had like 8 hours. These guys escaped at like midnight. No one knew they were gone until 8 a.m. count. No one knew they were gone until 8 hours later. And the furthest that they got was across the highway and to their buddy's house to think potentially lay low as if the cops wouldn't go there first.
What are we doing?
I mean, bro, if you gave me 8 hours, bro, if you gave me 8 uninterrupted hours to get anywhere other than here, across state lines, across country line, give me 8 hours and you'll never see me again, bro.
What are we doing?
I'll have a new phone. I'll have a new car. I'll have a new way of getting around. I'll have everything taken care of that you don't know. Trust me, if I had to start over tomorrow but had the help of a few friends within the span of 8 hours, I'm Audi 5000. I'm telling 12 different people. I'm going to 12 different places. So when they inevitably interview my friends, they'll have 12 different leads and not know where I'm going, aka I didn't tell anybody.
What are we doing?
It would be easy for just now, obviously these men, they've convicted these violent crimes. They're not as smart as we should take them to be. So naturally, they've all been caught, okay? And of course, this is America, okay? And it wouldn't be America with a little bit of gambling. So naturally, thanks to our friends over at Poly Market, this new, what should be illegal, but what seems to be a very easy way to gamble very real money on just about anything. Poly Market now has, will they be caught before Friday? So tomorrow you've got 24 hours left to put your bets in. Will they be caught after Friday? And will the remaining felons who are at large, who escaped from this New Orleans prison, be caught before we get GTA 6?
What are we doing?
I am not making this up. This is not a joke. This is real life. Go bet the real money you don't have, because Lord knows I know you put your fucking dinner last night on Klarna, you DoorDash chunky. Knock it off. You don't have the money. But if you want to bet next week's paycheck on whether or not they catch the remaining felons on the run who escaped the prison, go to Poly Market. Again, not financial advice, but if you go to Poly Market, you can vote on whether or not they'll be captured before Rockstar releases GTA 6. And isn't that always the fucking case?
What are we doing?
It's always before GTA 6. You know what I mean? So they had no plan. They had no plan at all. And by God, you got to get out of town. You've got to, if you are smart enough to remove the toilet from your jail cell and then cut a hole in the wall and then convince some other dude who worked at the prison to turn the water off for you and then escape in the middle of the night. So you had an 8-hour head start, and then you mess up by just going to your buddy's house and thinking staying there for a day or two and the heat will what, die down?
What are we doing?
With second-degree murder? I doubt it. They'll find you. So get out, man. They even had an inside man, dude.
Tonight,
It's
officials say the
crazy.
breakout at a New Orleans jail was an inside job, arresting jail maintenance worker Sterling Williams. They say he turned off the water to this cell, enabling 10 inmates to escape through the wall.
There's always someone on the
According to the
inside.
arrest affidavit, Williams told investigators one of the fugitives told him to turn off the water, threatening to shank him if he didn't comply. An inmate also tried to take Williams's phone, according to the document.
He intended to assist these individuals to leave that facility.
The sheriff's office says a total of 3 jail employees are on leave without pay. The police chief today with this message for anyone who aids the escapees.
If they participate willfully and knowingly, they are going to be charged with serious felonies.
6 fugitives are still on the run, including a convicted killer.
What are we doing?
That's what's going on in New Orleans. I'm pretty sure there's a couple still on the run. I think maybe we have like 3 left. I think there's 3 still out there. So of course, if you're anywhere near that area and you see anything or have anything to say or help, obviously call local law enforcement. Here's another opinion. Let's listen to this guy. Listen to this.
Okay, we're down to the final 3 here, guys.
Yeah, final 3.
And I gotta be honest with you, my money's still on Derek. I don't even think Derek in America right now.
We're putting our money on
Derek
Derek,
in Mexico.
boys.
What are we
in
doing?
Central America. Leighton, your day's up, buddy. I feel you getting caught very soon, very soon. Jermaine could come out from nowhere, man. I don't know.
I agree.
It's out of Derek and Jermaine to me. Leighton's done. I don't know, man. I don't know. I got my money on Derek still. He looked like a real criminal. He looked like he could do some things.
So you got to go to polymarket.com and bet. Place your bets now. Take all of the money you have. It's probably only $9.36. I think either that's how negative my account is this morning, or that's how much I either have negative $8 or I'm up $8. I'm not sure, but I'm going to go to Polymarket and I'm going to bet on these boys. I'm going to bet on these boys because this is America.
What are we doing?
Ladies and gentlemen, this episode of the podcast and this Father's Day is brought to you by our friends at Dude Robe, okay? You know we love Dude Robe here. You know Megs loves hers. Kodak loves his. I love mine. Everybody loves a Dude Robe here at the WadPod Studios. And I'm venturing to guess your husband doesn't have one. So this Father's Day, the only gift that you need to worry about getting him is a Dude robe. Okay, listen, we know a girl. We know she's a very nice girl, very nice. We've been friends with her a long time. She's been married a while. They have a great relationship, 2 kids. Okay, this Father's Day, she tells us she's just getting him a Home Depot gift card.
What are we doing?
Now, by all means, ladies, get the Home Depot gift card for the father of your children on Father's Day, but it should not come there short of a dude robe, okay? And when you go to duderobe.com and get your husband the Father's Day gift of the century, his very own dude robe, don't forget that he also wants the all-new, no one even has this yet because it's that effing new, is the reversible dude hoodie.
What are we doing?
And I know what you're asking yourself, Levi, what in the world is a dude hoodie, especially a reversible dude hoodie? And I'll tell you, it's just like the dude robe, except in hoodie form, except also reversible. So it's going to be made. The whole thing is made with the signature weekend blend fabric, hoodie soft material on one side, towel absorbent on the other. So when I tell you that side A comes with their absorbent towel lining with side pockets, just like you get with the dude robe, that's what I'm talking about. And when I tell you side B comes with their premium sweatshirt material with kangaroo pockets in the front like a normal hoodie would, that's what I mean when I tell you you need a reversible dude hoodie. Hoodie fit and style, towel lined hood, logo drawstring, get it in any size, dark blue, gray, navy, black. You can get any size, any color, add it to your cart with your man's dude robe and make it the best Father's Day thus far. And hey, by the way, don't be like James. Okay, James is a listener of this podcast. And when James went to duderobe.com and checked out, he didn't use promo code WAD, WAWD. And James spent 20% more than he was supposed to.
What are we doing?
And you know, I hate that shit. So when you go to checkout on your all new reversible dude hoodie and your all new dude robe for your husband, and why not get yourself one, ladies, while you're ordering for your husband, get yourself a dude robe too. They got small and medium sizes. Megs loves hers. Ladies, treat yourself this Father's Day. It's not always all about him too. So get yourself a dude robe, get matching robes, get him the reversible hoodie. And when you check out, you're going to save 20% with promo code WAD, WAWD at checkout, 20% off. It was 10. They were only trying to give you 10. And then I was like,
what are we doing?
It's not enough. And they're like, fine, what we usually do for our podcasters is 15. And I said, not enough.
What are we doing?
I got you 20, babes. I got you 20% off for this Father's Day. So add the hoodie to the cart, add your robes to the cart. You will need some slides, you need some slippers, you need some shorts, you need some lounge pants to go with that hoodie. Add it to the cart. WAWD at checkout. WAD. WAWD. 20% off. These guys have been on Shark Tank. They've got UFC. They've got a partnership with the UFC type dude robes. If you guys into UFC, get him a UFC dude robe. He's going to love it. This Father's Day, brought to you by Dude Robe. Back to the show.
What are we doing?
So as I mentioned, Google had their AI event just a few days ago. And this is going to be the never-ending cycle. This is going to continue to be the cycle for the next, I don't know, probably 5-ish plus years, okay? The never-ending update cycle. Every few months for the inevitable future, Google's going to update Gemini, OpenAI is going to update GPT, Cloud updates its capabilities, DeepSeek drops a new model, Microsoft will then give us Copilot that has something new. That'll get an update. Then Google will update Gemini, then ChatGPT gets an even faster model. Apple might eventually try to do something, but I doubt it. Then another GPT update, Gemini update, DeepSeek update. It's going to be a never-ending loop of big tech telling us that their latest and greatest AI model that's available today for you to start using is the best of the best. And then not a mere 24 to 72 hours later, one of their competition, someone else, another model, another company, Meta, Google, Facebook, Microsoft, Apple, back and forth, OpenAI. Here we go. Now DeepSeek's a contender. Thanks a lot, China. Every single time it's going to be, here's our new model. Here's examples of what it can do. It's 10 times faster than before. It does this better than before. It's better than before. Here's our pro plan. It's $20 a month. Get it today. Here's our ultra plan. It's $200 a month. They all have pro and ultra plans that for some reason only have a $20 and a $200 model. There's no in between.
What are we doing?
And it'll continue to be this way for years, right? And that's going to be the AIification of our lives. Everything is going to be AI, right? So naturally, Google had their I.O. event, okay? Or should we say their AI event? I don't know why they just don't call it Google AI, but we still call it Google I.O., and it's their AI event. And so they announced that this all new version of Gemini will make your wildest dreams come true. We've got live translation on Meet calls now, so you can have a Google Meet call with anyone, anywhere in the world, and it'll just translate your voice back and forth.
What are we doing?
Live in person, you know what I mean? And so we also have AI shopping now. AI shopping is going to be a thing. This should have been a thing years ago, and we inevitably saw this coming. Here's MKBHD talking about it.
Actually try on clothes
Listen to this.
using AI. Google just announced this feature and added it to their labs today. But basically, as long as you have a full body picture of yourself with a pretty simple background, and then you go into Google Shopping and try on the clothes, it will AI generate a photo of you with that clothing hopefully fitting accurately.
There it
Seems
is.
like one of those features we all saw coming from a mile away, but
Yeah.
now it's real. And it has some obvious upside. You want to see how the clothes are supposed to fit you before you actually buy them. It also has some obvious downsides, which is you should only use photos of yourself, but you don't have to. But yeah, I was able to just punch in kind of any one of these garments of clothing in the try-on section, and it worked. And it happily generated a photo of me in a dress. I guess we're going to keep barreling towards this whole AI future, huh?
All right, there you
What are
have
we
it.
doing?
And that's what we're doing, right? That's what we're doing over at Google with their AI. And to be honest with you, by the way, gross. Terrible take by MKBHD, okay? The fact that he thinks what? That like the weirdos out there are just going to upload pictures of Sabrina Carpenter and AI generate her wearing like see-through sexy lingerie.
What are we doing?
Is that what you think's going to happen, Marquez? Because first of all, gross. Like I don't think this will ever be used in a harmful way. Okay. It's going to be strictly used for people putting regular clothing on themselves and no one else ever. Okay. It's not going to get weird. We're not going to generate images of Taylor Swift wearing whatever we want her to wear. It's going to be for us, the consumer, people like me and you. If I need a new t-shirt, guess what? I'll try it on with Google Shopping AI. Other than that, I don't think, hey, terrible take, 100% disagree. MKBHD, shame on you for thinking of that way, the American people, in a negative light. Because let's be honest, it's never going to happen.
What are we doing?
I just don't think it'll happen. I don't think anyone will ever abuse the fact that you can upload a picture of anyone you want on Google's new shopping platform, put them in a dress, put them in a mini skirt, or potentially, some sexy lingerie, okay? Because I want to know what I look like in sexy lingerie. Maybe I want to transition.
What are we doing?
But of course, the biggest announcement from this Google event that everyone's kind of talking about is VO3 and Google Flow, aka Google's new AI video generation model. So from any type of text that you can think of, from a Steven Spielberg movie to a cartoon to an animation, you can now type and it will generate the video. But wait, there's more. It can give you voices and background music and sound effects too.
What are we doing?
Essentially, they're attempting to replace the entire film and video game industry. Do I think this will replace the entire film industry? No. Should they be worried for, say, I don't know, VO4, VO5? 100%. Do we still have a long way to go? Yes. Here are some examples of the videos generated with VO3, and then when you put it into Google Flow, it takes your VO3 generated videos and essentially gives you like an editing timeline to make a what is now short, but eventually in the future longer, AI generated movie.
What are we doing?
So here's one of the first that people did. I think it's let's take a watch. Ready?
When we get in there, I want no bullshit. You stay on my 6 at all times.
Stay sharp. These fuckers are nasty and dangerous. Stay alert. What the hell happened here? Where are the bodies?
I think this is where I lose it. When the guns start firing, I'm not convinced. Not that I know anything about guns, but like it just doesn't look real to me. So this is what we're doing. And I mean, listen, does this look like a grade A Hollywood film yet? No. But does it look like something that like I could create in 20 minutes and then submit to like Lancaster Film Festival and get a standing ovation for? Absolutely.
What are we doing?
Oh, 100%. If you are a small creator or you are just an individual trying to create some form of internet, like a movie or a series or a YouTube channel, all you got to do, $20 a month, and you get VO3, and you can make videos like this with audio and sound, and you'll get to exactly where you need to be. This would be enough. Hey, if you took this to a studio, if you went to a studio like Netflix or Paramount, and you said, I'm a filmmaker, I've been doing it for years, and you have the track record or whatever the situation is, and you want to get a movie lifted off the ground, like as a celebrity or an influencer, and you said, here's my concept piece, and showed them this, oh, the studio would be like, yeah, let's greenlight it. Here's an actual budget.
What are we doing?
I mean, we're not being fooled. This isn't a James Cameron type of situation yet, but at the end of the day, I mean, it'll get you where you need to go. If you have like a college film project, or you need a clip of whatever you need for a video that you're creating for a YouTube channel, then by God, this will get you there. We are merely only 2 years from the first Will Smith eating spaghetti video. I mean, here's Google's example that they uploaded. So of course we've got plenty of 1080p goodness. Let me just set that quick here. Here's Google's rendition.
This ocean, it's a force, a wild, untamed might, and she commands your awe with every breaking light.
So I mean, yeah, it's like video games are about to be killer.
What are we doing?
Like if that's what we can get from, if we can implement this into a video game like GTA 5 or 6 or 7 or 8 or 9 or 10 when we're 1,000 years old eventually, then by God, I mean, it's going. We say it every time when these new models come out. It's getting weird, and it's going to change a lot of things. Is it there yet? No, but like what, 7 out of 10, 8 out of 10, which is better than what the brand new Snow White movie got on Rotten Tomatoes.
What are we doing?
A 7 or 8 out of 10. If someone came to me and said, hey bro, I'm a filmmaker, here, check out my short film, and this was the quality of it, I'd be like, dude, this is great. Like, I don't know anyone in Central P. I don't know any creator putting out stuff like this. So if you have the creative mindset to come up with the prompts, create the universe, create the story, because let's face it, you can't just get you're not going to be able to get a full-blown movie or short film out of this just on its own. You can't just say, make me a movie. It's not going to do that. You have to create the characters. You have to be able to write the prompts. You have to know how to use AI to continue to use these tools. And like I told my buddy just like yesterday, a buddy of mine, he literally said, and I quote, Levi, you're like one of the only people I know who's like heavy into this AI stuff. And like, hey man, that's a problem.
What are we doing?
He's like, I should be using it more, but I'm not. And that means you're already falling behind. Okay. So if this is what we can generate with a $20 Google subscription, this is what boom, breaking news. Like I said, the cycle never ends. We're 24 hours off of Google I.O. Guess what? We've got a new ChatGPT update.
What are we doing?
But this time it's not a new model. It's a $6.5 billion partnership. ChatGPT and Sam Altman are investing the majority stake in stocks. I think it's all a stock exchange, but OpenAI and Sam Altman have officially given Johnny Ive $6.5 billion for his non-existent AI tech hardware company, I.O.
What are we doing?
I know what you may be asking yourselves is, didn't Google just have their Google I.O. event? So then the day after, Sam Altman and Johnny Ive announced this new $6 billion partnership between OpenAI and ChatGPT called I.O. And so the video is titled Introducing I.O. And so it was 1000% a play and a pull and a stronghold and an attack at Google's own SEO. And to go after Google at search engine optimization is a risky and bold move, but when you've got the balls big enough, like Sam Altman and OpenAI and ChatGPT, you go for the jugular, baby girl. And what better way to do that with the ultimate tech designer? We're talking Johnny Ive. I would have paid $10 billion for Johnny Ive, but they got him for 6.5. Even though the company and nothing exists, based on his resume alone, Johnny Ive comes with a $6.5 billion price tag, but a history of innovation. I'm talking, he created the iPod. He designed the MacBook. He designed the iPad. He designed most of the Apple products you use today. He hasn't been a part of the Apple design team for years now. He's kind of been on a 5-ish year hiatus, but now he's back and he's bringing that same expertise to OpenAI and ChatGPT to give us the official and first and hopefully successful AI hardware. Because let's face it, Apple dropped the fucking ball.
What are we doing?
There's no way in hell Apple should ever speak the term Apple Intelligence ever again. The fact that Siri to this day just doesn't work. It ceased to exist. It doesn't work. Every time you ask it a question, it says, I have no idea. It doesn't know how to do anything anymore. It doesn't recognize songs. It is the most terrible piece of tech. And the mere fact that I was sold on Apple Intelligence and convinced by Tim Cook and these people that we have trusted for years and years to buy outright in cash for $2,000 an iPhone 16 Pro, an iPad with an M2 chip ready for Apple Intelligence, and an M4 Mac Mini ready for Apple Intelligence too, just so I could have that ecosystem. And when Apple Intelligence fails, it'll have an automatic backup to ChatGPT. Yes, please sign me up. Shame on you. Fool me once, fool me twice. F you, Apple and Apple Intelligence.
What are we doing?
So now, with the biggest stab to Apple and their Apple Intelligence failure, we have the likelihoods of Sam Altman from OpenAI and Johnny Ive, the master of tech design, together creating the ultimate piece of hardware. It's most likely going to be a little puck with a little camera on it. You might wear it, you might not. They don't want to make a wearable. They told the Wall Street Journal. We know nothing about the product, but basically it's coming to replace the likes of the now failed Humane AI pen and what is most likely the failed Rabbit R1. They just announced the latest software update. They finally now have memory in the R1. So needless to say, you can finally, after a year and a half of updates, use your Rabbit R1.
What are we doing?
And so no one actually cares about those products anymore because we are getting a full-fledged OpenAI ChatGPT driven device. And this is most likely something that I am going to purchase. I know I've said this in the past. I've been fool me once, shame on you, fool me twice, shame on me. I've been lied to in the past, and I've said, hey, I'm probably gonna get a Rabbit. Thank God I didn't. But if ChatGPT spends $6.5 billion acquiring Johnny Ive and his intelligence and his product design chops, well then by God, take my $20 a month that I'm already paying you and let's integrate it directly into this little device that is constantly listening and running my life for me, because by God, ChatGPT already does. I just have to go to a website.
What are we doing?
Give it to me now. I want it now. I want it by Christmas. I need you guys to start developing this tomorrow. It shouldn't take long to integrate the cameras and everything else. I need it done immediately. And that's how quick we're moving, folks. We were just getting our rocks off being blown away by the video generation at Google I/O. And then a mere 24 hours later, we could give two shits about what Google's doing and want to give all of our money that we still have left from the economy and our profits from Bitcoin, because it's still up, baby, to Sam Altman and OpenAI and ChatGPT, because the excitement, the future of AI is exciting and it's coming. And I just, like, you can't, like, my head's going to explode with the essential announcement of Johnny Ive is back.
What are we doing?
So that's the status of where we're at in AI. And if you're not on it, get on it, because it's probably too late and you missed the boat. And if you're not on the Titanic, guess what? This one, not sinking. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for rocking with me with another week of the What Are We Doing podcast. It's episode 190. I can't thank you enough for making it this far. If you're still with me and have not done so already, hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. I've got to go pick up my son from kindergarten. Then I got to get ready for a wedding. Tomorrow, I have a wedding, and then I'm immediately driving to Philadelphia to see and meet Post Malone, baby.
What are we doing?
It's a Post Malone weekend down in Philly. We're hitting the Cheesecake Factory. We're hitting the bars. We're hitting the restaurants. We're hitting D'Alessandro's. We're hitting Jelly Roll. We're hitting Post Malone. It's going to be a killer time. Happy Memorial Day to you guys. Have a great holiday weekend. I hope your Monday's great. I hope your week next week's great. We'll be back next Friday, most likely after I get done doing my DJ Daddy Donuts thing, because you know I'm nonstop. Grand opening DJ Daddy Donuts every single time. We'll see you next week, folks. This is the What Are We Doing podcast. Shout out to you guys. Peace out, everybody.
What are we doing?